we're ready to start, So welcome in, everybody. I'm Erin. Welcome to my step-by-step acrylic painting tutorial here on Twitch. Today we'll be painting a cute little beaver painting. You see it to my right here. This is kind of an ode to Valentine's Day coming up. I wanted to do some sort of a cutesy romantic painting because it's the 14th in just 2 days. So I figured this Friday is a good time to kind of celebrate that with everybody for those looking to get a little romantic in their paintings. And I liked the idea of not making it too in your face, you know? So if you're not into the romance, you're not into Valentine's Day, you can always just do a cute little beaver painting. It doesn't need to be the cutest thing you've ever seen. It just has some little beavers. Maybe you want to remove some hearts or whatever. But yeah, I thought it was just a cute little idea, just a little unique as well, compared to a lot of other like Valentine's paintings I'm seeing. So yeah, just kind of my point was to make something a little bit different and kind of cutesy, kind of on that Valentine's side. But like I said, hopefully appealing to more people. And obviously this touches my Canadian heart very closely because of the little beavers, of course. So that's another reason they're little beavers and not any other little rodent animal. In terms of supplies today, I keep it always the same for my step-by-step acrylic painting tutorials. So you will need the same 5 colors as usual. We have red, yellow, phthalo blue, black, and white. I use the same 3 paintbrushes as usual. I'm grabbing them all out of order. There we go. Here's my large flat brush. I have a medium round brush, and I also use a small round brush. Thank you, Gray. All of the materials exactly are listed in the chat if you need names of everything and brands and all that. Other supplies I have here is I have my small little volcano plate. Not quite a volcano quite yet, but soon to be. I have a cup of paint water. I have my apron as always. Shout out Terry, thank you for the apron. And that's really all you need for any of these step-by-step acrylic painting tutorials. So if you have all that, you're good for any other tutorials that I do. For context, I usually do tutorials pretty much every Friday. Friday at 8 p.m. EST. I keep it pretty consistent. So if you like this, you're welcome to do this again next week, and then next week, and then next week. I always post them a little bit far in advance on Facebook. So if you want to ever see my upcoming events and upcoming tutorial designs, I would recommend going to Facebook for that, facebook.com/erinbunpaints. Other places to check me out, instagram.com/erinbunpaints. That's where I post all of my final designs as well, so you can keep track that way. YouTube is a good place to follow me as well. Andrea, thank you for the follow, welcome in. youtube.com/erinbunpaints is where I post all of my tutorials after the fact. So if you ever miss a tutorial or you want to catch up on others, I have like 50 or so posted at this point, so there's lots for you to catch up on there if you want to keep painting with me and following along step by step. So check me out on any of those places. Speaking of YouTube, I guess, I always name my painting in the title. I don't have a name for the painting quite yet, so this painting is unnamed. There's no title for it, so if you have an idea for a cutesy little title that you think I should title it, let me know in the comments. I already saw a few, but feel free to keep putting them in there, and I'll be choosing one when I upload it to YouTube, so maybe it'll be yours. Otherwise, that's pretty much it, I guess. In terms of like questions and stuff, ask me any questions you want throughout the event. That's the whole point. I can't see what you're doing, but at least I can read if you have any questions or you want to describe what's up with your painting, if you have something that's going wrong or you want advice. I'm always here to answer questions, so stick any questions in the chat. I will be going back and forth from teaching and answering, so I appreciate your patience as I kind of manage all of these things. And yeah, I guess last but not least, here's the layout. You know, I think maybe some people are like, how are you going to teach us, Erin? What the heck's going on? Like this. You will see my painting. I'll actually paint right along with you. You can still see the original, and then you can see me nice and small down here. So that'll be the layout when we actually start painting. Cool. Alright, so let's begin. We're going to begin with the, of course, background-ish. Our background today is kind of like our water here. The water's going to be the first thing that we work on, and then we'll kind of pile on the beavers and the dam and the little tails later. So my water is a nice bright teal color. I wanted to make it a little bit more on kind of the aqua teal side rather than just blue. Guess thinking of my hair, hee hee. So yeah, I'm actually mixing 3 colors for the water. For the water, I'll also be using the large flat brush, so I would grab your biggest brush that you have, minus this large flat one here, and I'll mix 3 colors. I'm going to mix white, I'm going to mix blue, and then I'm going to mix a teeny bit of yellow in there, so 3 colors total. But it's mostly white and blue and just a teeny bit of yellow in there. Cheers to you, Christy. Luke, welcome in. I see you there. Nice to see you again today. Again, I see everyone twice on Fridays usually. I stream on Twitch a little earlier too. I don't do a tutorial, but I just paint. So I'm seeing a lot of people for the second time today. Remrich, thank you for the follow. Welcome in as well. So blue, white, and a teeny bit of yellow. Keep mixing that. I'm still trying to unclog my yellow paint here. There we go. And again, large flat brush is what you want. Alright, here's my plate. Here's my plate. Ugh, with a hair on it, excuse me. There we go. Yeah, white and blue. White and blue. And you know, it's your water, so make it whatever color you like, right? If you want it a little bit darker, add more blue in there. If you want it lighter, keep more white in there. But the key for the teal is just adding a tiny bit of yellow. So I just grabbed a teeny bit of yellow there, mixing it in. Just so it turns a little more turquoisey. I just wanted it a little bit brighter than just a normal blue, you know, a normal light blue. Phoenix, I believe in you. I believe in you. Stay here. We'll keep you awake, hopefully. Hopefully we don't put you to sleep. Alright, so if you want, you can kind of mark out where some things are, like the dam here. So that you're not wasting paint. If you want to save some paint, just kind of mark off that top right-hand side where the dam will go. Otherwise, you can be nice and messy if you go a little outside of that line. That's totally fine. Don't worry about it. And I'm just moving my brush. You can see left and right, back and forth with this nice teal blue color. Back and forth, back and forth. To make the water just like a little more interesting, I like to kind of change the teal up as I go. So as I go, I'm going to maybe add a little more white into my teal, make it a little lighter. Stripe that on top and just kind of blend it in as I go. So I'm just adding in a lighter teal and kind of blending into the color above by wiping my brush back and forth. So you can see it's a nice smooth transition. And just as I go more and more down, I'm just going to keep changing the teal up a bit. Maybe I'll grab a little more blue in there. You can add a little more yellow to make it just a tinge more green. You can see it just adds little highlights, little shadows to the water. So you can see I'm just adding a new teal, blending it in by wiping back and forth. Maybe I'll do more of that color coming down. Yeah, so just changing it up. Point is, if anything, I try and avoid having the exact same shade all the way. I'm trying to change it up, trying to make it kind of stripey, a little bit streaky, all those words. So just left and right, back and forth. No need to mark out where the beavers are. In my original when I did this, I did do that just because I was kind of planning out the design of the painting, but it's not necessary to do. When acrylic paint dries, you can easily paint over top. In fact, for those wondering, this canvas is painted over top. You can see it's a little bit streaky today. I just didn't have a fresh new canvas in here, so I took an old painting. I have a lot of doubles, right? Because I do these tutorials all the time. I have doubles of everything. So I took a double and I just overlapped it with some white paint, and you can see it's a perfectly good canvas. So yeah, it just kind of proves that you can definitely paint over many layers of acrylic with more acrylic paint. And yeah, if anyone ever runs out of canvases and they want to paint over anything, maybe it was more of a practice piece, then you can easily do that. I just used 2 coats of white, and you can see I think that covered pretty well. You can still see some streaks, but after I put color on, you can't really see anything at all. So worked out well. James is here. Welcome in. Hello, Animal Painter Woman. Hello, sir. How's it going today? Hopefully the rest of your workday was good. Any plans for the eve? So just continuing to add teal. You can see I lightened it again just to get another little stripe in there. Back and forth, back and forth. If you have a canvas like me, you can always wrap the paint around, just so you know. I usually don't, because sometimes I pick up the canvas while I instruct, and that can be a little bit messy, right? So you won't see me doing that. But if you want to do that to really like maximize all the canvas, you can paint around the sides, over here, for example, on the top, for example. So make sure you hit those if you're looking to complete the entire canvas. Going fine, thanks. How was yours? Good, thanks. Got my pizza. I'm not sure if you're there for that debacle where the pizza wasn't arriving, but I got it in the end, so it's all good. Yeah, I completed a nice painting. Oh yeah, I can show you guys that if you want. On stream today, this is what I painted. Nice little small painting. In case anyone's curious. Yeah, for those who don't know, again, I stream on Twitch, you know, throughout the daytime sometimes. So on Fridays, definitely I do. Sometimes on Wednesdays, Tuesday evening, Saturday during the day. And sometimes I just do personal art. And today I did a piece that I just felt like doing. I didn't really know what else to do today. So I said, I'll look up a reference and see if I can replicate it. And I did. It was kind of just a nice little chill winter landscape. And I used a palette knife for that one. So that was a lot of fun too. I know whenever I say palette knife, I get a lot of questions about it. And it's honestly something I'm still experimenting with. I know a lot of people have asked for me to do a tutorial with a palette knife, and I hear you loud and clear. I'm honestly just at a stage where I don't really have a lot to say about it. I haven't used it a whole lot. I've done a couple different paintings with it. But I just don't feel like I have a lot to offer. But if I make a big design with it that I'm comfortable reteaching, I would definitely consider it. I'll try and keep it in mind. But for those wondering, that's why I just haven't done that. I'm really not too experienced with it quite yet. But try it yourself if you're really curious about a palette knife. I mean, it's just fun to kind of mess around with. That's, yeah, this was me kind of messing around today. I just was taking different colors and just scraping them on, just like I would a paintbrush, just scraping instead, you know? But yeah. No plans yet. Hello, I saw the pizza look fantastic. Yeah, it was very good. Thanks, Charlene. Turned out nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Linda. Julia. Dang it, what's up? Oh, I want to see the knife. Oh, okay. Dang it. Well, Julia, did you want, are you saying you wanted a tutorial with the palette knife, or you just wanted to see how I did that? Because if you want to see how I did that today, or just like wanted to watch me kind of mess around with it, the video is still available on Twitch. All of my live streams stay on Twitch for a couple, I want to say a couple months. It's more than 4 weeks for sure. I want to say around 8 weeks, maybe 10 weeks. So you have lots of time if you want to go back and see just kind of how I did that, and my thought process behind it is a little bit slow because it's over a 5-hour period, but you totally could go back and watch it if you want, so feel free. Nice picture. Oh, thank you, Christy. That one looks fairly easy for a beginner. Yeah, it's that was kind of me, just, you saw, Terry, I was hardly paying attention. I was doing a lot of chatting today, so yeah, I thought it was pretty easy. It wasn't too many steps, too many colors. I think with palette knives, a lot of the time is spent mixing. For me, anyway, I like to really mix a solid color when I'm using it. I don't really marble the paint at all. So there wasn't a lot of blending in there. It was a lot of just adding a color, adding a new color, adding a new color, right? So for me, a lot of the time was spent just playing on my plate and mixing and then applying it. So, totally meant to look for a decent palette knife. Rip, you still could. What about online? Order one online. Were you at an art store recently? Is that why you're saying that? Okay, I'm almost at the bottom here. I would love a tutorial on palette knives. Cool, okay. I wanted a tutorial. Oh, gotcha. Also, I rewatched Cutting Open Volcano Plate and started crying. Julia, no! Oh no, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. It had to be done. Honestly, 5 years was like coming up to the maximum amount of time I could have with that thing, but I'm so sorry. I started crying. There are many who cried with you, Julian. Just know that you're not alone. Oh no. Yeah, so a tutorial on palette knives, something I'm definitely happy to think about when I get a little more comfortable, if I have a good design on a 16 by 20 canvas, just because I like to keep it consistent. And using the paints that I have, that's the other key, guys, is when I do my palette knife paintings, I've been using a different brand of paint. So I wouldn't want to just kind of spring that on you with a different brand and be like, oh, go out and get these brands because, you know, I'm going to be using these for the one tutorial. I'd rather see if I can use it with the paints that I usually use so that no one feels the need to go purchase different things for one little lesson. But at the same time, I mean, maybe you know that you'll like palette knife work and you might want some thicker paints anyway, in which case you could invest in that stuff. So, I mean, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll keep talking about it, see what people think. In the meantime, if you want to see me paint with a palette knife, I'll probably be doing that again next Saturday. because next Saturday I'm actually going to follow along step by step to a Bob Ross tutorial for the first time ever, live on Twitch. So on Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. I think I said? Yeah, 11 a.m. I'm going to be going step by step through a Bob Ross tutorial, and I want to choose one that utilizes a palette knife, because I'd love to try his mountains. He does a lot of palette knife work on his mountains, so I'm going to specifically seek one out that has palette knife work on mountains and try and recreate it step by step. I'll be using acrylics, unlike him who uses oils, and that'll be the main difference, but otherwise I'm going to try my best to get it, as close as possible. There you go, guys. So again, streaky water. You can see I was streaking it up. It looks maybe a little bit darker than the one in my original there. That's the one difference I'm seeing. So if you want to lighten it up, you can always change it as you go. You can even change it like right now as the paint is on the canvas. So for example, down here, my paint is still wet. So you can add things like white paint or teal or just another shade and just blend it on top. As long as your paint is still wet, it'll blend in and it'll make the paint a little bit lighter if you add white, or a little darker if you add blue. So if you'd like to change up your water and it's still a little bit wet, feel free to do that now. I'll give you another minute or two at least if you're still adding water or changing it up. Maybe you're streaking, you know, by adding wet on wet. So yeah, keep going, take your time. I'll catch up on some comments here. I try to buy everything local. Oh, gotcha, okay. I see. I'm sure you'll make it back there eventually. I never got to see you saw through the whole plate, Vonda. It's actually, I think, still available on my Twitch channel if you want to see it. Captain, thank you for the follow and welcome in. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you go to the videos tab, it should still be there, Vonda. It'll be probably the first stream in January, or maybe second or third in January. It was very close to the beginning of January, so I would look for the, I think I even titled it like Volcano Plate Split or something like that. So if you want to see it all, you're welcome to. It took about an hour and a half, not gonna lie, an hour and a half to saw through it. It was kind of me sawing and then taking a little break and sawing more. So if you want to see that whole strenuous process, it is all there for you. Might have to go see. That's okay, Christy. I found a set of palette knives at the dollar store. Oh, there you go. So they're at the dollar store too. This Saturday for Bob Ross. Yes. So not tomorrow, but the Saturday after that. So like 8 days from now, 7-8 days from now. Yeah. This Saturday tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll probably do another personal piece because, it's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I bought some smaller canvases. Again, this was on a smaller canvas than I'm used to, so I might try and do something else like this. So maybe, yeah, I don't want to guarantee, but I might bring out a palette knife tomorrow again and do something kind of similar to this. So tune in tomorrow, see what I'm up to. I'll be online by 11 tomorrow. 11 EST. Oh, yes, Charlene, definitely. Charlene is asking, can we do it with you? I assume to the Bob Ross tutorial? Yes, absolutely. I'll be posting the tutorial that I'm following along with beforehand, so that if you want to prep anything, you're welcome to. If you want to even watch the episode a little beforehand just to know what you're getting into, then you can do that. And I'll be using, I might be using different paints, I'm not quite sure. They'll still be acrylic, but they might not be my usual 5. I might be grabbing some different secondary colors and stuff from my collection just to make it a little easier. But yeah, you're welcome to use whatever supplies you have and just kind of use it as an excuse to paint along with me as I try out a Bob Ross piece. So absolutely, Charlene, yes. Oh, Shannon, welcome in. Hi, not following the 2 tonight. That's okay. Working on my bust painting. Yes, okay. Want to hang out. I saw the textures you were adding a little earlier. They looked really good. What was your question? You had a question, I thought. I saw your palm tree texture, and then was it your sand? You were kind of saying I wasn't sure about the sand. I can have a closer look later if you want. I wasn't sure if you just wanted an opinion, Shannon, or actual like technique advice. But it looks really good. Again, the texture of the tree looked really good from what I remember seeing earlier. Might need heavy body paint to make it work. Yeah, maybe. Especially for the scraping of the mountain, exactly. So that's why I'm warning everyone I'm probably dipping into my heavier body acrylics. The teal added in. Yeah, thanks. Streaks it up a little bit. No, it's okay, Christy. You should do what you want. All good. See you tomorrow. Have a good evening. Okay, I'll leave another minute or 2 for the water. Minute or 2. Sending my Yellowstone pics. Excellent. I always love that kind of inspiration. Yeah, lots of people send me their personal landscape pics and everything. And you're welcome to do that at any time. Good night, Christy. Yes, yes, yes. So next, everyone, just so everyone knows what the next step is, we're going to work on the dam a little bit. We want the water to dry before we go on top with even more paint. So that will be next, just in case anyone's wondering. I'll let you know how to do that soon. I'm here. My Twitch is acting out. No worries, Allie. Not seeing anyone chat. Oh no, but I'm here watching. Sorry, oh no. Is your chat hidden, Allie, or are you just not seeing people as they type thing? Because someone else was saying their chat was hidden, and I can help you with that. I think you know that, though. Kind of the collapse and the collapse button. It says collapse, then it says expand. But you're able to chat, so it's not collapsed. I don't know. There's been a couple tiny things like that today that people are like, where did this go? It just disappeared. I'm glad you're here though, Allie. And again, pizza was delicious. I still have leftovers, by the way, too, so you really fed me twice with that one. Thank you. This Saturday, like tomorrow? I'm honestly not sure yet, Julia. It'll be a personal piece for sure. It won't be a commission. It won't be a tutorial piece. It'll just be something I want to work on. So it could be, oh, you can't really see it. I have Keanu Reeves hanging up. I've been kind of bringing him in and out of streams. Not quite literally Keanu Reeves, just my painting. I wish it was literally Keanu Reeves I was bringing in and out. But yeah, I have a Keanu Reeves piece going, and I'm just trying to finish it, so I might work on that a little bit. I might just start a new piece. As I said, I have some small canvases now, and I've been really intrigued to kind of use those and create smaller pieces because they're a little quicker. They're quicker, but I can add more detail and kind of play around with them more. So I might do that again tomorrow. Again, I did that today and it was a lot of fun. It was very relaxing. So honestly, not sure. You'll have to tune in at 11 to find out, I guess. It's just not updating. Oh no. Last thing I see is James talking about pizza. Oh wow. That's yeah, that would have been a long time ago. Oof, she needs to restart the window. Maybe refresh. I assume she has, James, but yeah, maybe refresh. That is bizarre. Do you have a VPN, Allie? Sometimes VPNs mess with chat, but at the same time, you've never had that issue either, you know? Oh no. I wish I had the solutions. Even if I was there, I wouldn't know what's up, probably. Oh man, I'd like to see Keanu when you finish it. Yes, of course, Linda, yes. I've been posting a little bit more on my Instagram aside from my tutorial paintings. My Instagram used to only be tutorial paintings and designs, but I've been expanding a little bit with what I've been posting there. Obviously, my bullet journal spreads have been going there, but I'll soon be posting personal art too as it's finished. I'll probably upload that rainy piece soon. I did a colorful city with some rain on it. For those who haven't seen this, it's a very like purple pink downtown type look. I can show you a full view later. I just don't want to interrupt the tutorial there, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would like to see all the detail on that one. So I'm sure I'll post that soon. And yeah, you'll just see more personal artwork go up there. So if you're looking to see Keanu or anything else, I'd probably check out Insta. Glad I made it. Yeah, me too. That was the plan. Long day, needed food to last the whole day. Yeah, thank you. It's okay just knowing chat. If I don't respond to you, I'm not ignoring. Aw, Allie, I can always let you know if someone's talking directly at you too. And you know me, I'm usually repeating everybody's comments anyway, so you can probably still be part of the conversation by listening to what I say as well. I can keep you up to date. James says hi, Allie. There we are. Alright, let's move on to the next step. He put a little laughy face. Let's move on to the next step of the painting, everybody. So next, as I said, we're doing this dam up here, this nice little pile of sticks hanging out. I just wanted something to kind of cover up the water with, so that's why I added just a little piece of the dam here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a nice, very dark brown. You can barely see it in there, but that's kind of the point. It's kind of supposed to be the base color. And then what we do is we stack on all of these different stick colors, all these different shades of brown on top. So we're going to do that probably all at the same time. And then we're going to go down to the Beavers and do something similar where we do kind of a dark brown and then lighter brown on top, adding some features and kind of repeating that process each time. So there's honestly going to be lots of brown mixed. If you have brown pre-mixed, that's fantastic tonight, honestly, because brown is a lot of mixing. But otherwise, I'll give lots of time if you need to be mixing brown with me. So yeah, you know, just follow along best you can and we'll get this all done together. I'll catch up and chat in a second. I see some new people popping in. So I'm going to keep using the large flat brush. I would wash it off whenever you're ready. And I'm going to mix 3 colors for brown. 3 colors. See my 3 fingers for 3 colors? We're mixing red, we're mixing yellow, and we're mixing black. I would start with red and yellow, and I would do even amounts. Try and do those the same amounts each time. It'll be tempting, I think, to add more yellow, because you'll want to see like an orange color, but try your best to just do even amounts, red and yellow. 1 big scoop of red, 1 big scoop of yellow. James, she is really just ignoring you. Did she try refreshing? I assume she did. Probably. No, she says hi, James. I assume you guys can see her comments, so I don't need to say hers. Allie says this. I'll just speak to Allie in terms of what everyone else says. TJ's here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, James. Hi, Gray. Hi, James. Hi, Science and Art Guy. Hi, Bun Fam. Poppy. How do I make brown? Yeah, Julia. So start with those 2 colors. It'll be 3 colors total, but start with red and yellow. And then we will add black. So I'm using my large flat brush. I'm mixing red and yellow together on my plate over here. Even amounts. Big scoop, mix, mix, mix. And again, it's kind of like we're mixing an orange, but I always hesitate saying that because whenever I say that, I find people go, oh, I'm going to add more yellow, make it more orangey. Don't do that. Just try your best to do even amounts. It'll look like a fiery orange. It's technically orange, but it looks a little more like a red orange. It's very close to the red, see, versus yellow. But yeah, that's the color we're going for. A nice orange, fiery orange, red orange, whatever you want to call it. And then we're grabbing a little bit of black and mixing that in there. I would recommend doing small amounts of black until you have brown, because sometimes the black can really overtake that mixture quickly. So you can see I'm just grabbing little bits, mixing, mixing, mixing. And I am looking for a nice dark brown to begin with. So lots of black in there. Not lots, but again, just keep going until you have a nice dark brown is what I should say. If you start getting a brown that looks kind of pukey, like it looks like baby puke, yuck. Just add some red to it. The red really helps warm it up again. Simon's here. Welcome in. Hello. Woo. How are you tonight, dude? I'll try refreshing the page, closing, opening. Poppy, Shannon. Everyone's throwing their little buns. Pre-mixed brown. Excellent, Krithy. Jim and Jamesy. Doing good. Enjoy. Hope you're well. Coldest and warmest place in Canada. We're just 300 kilometers apart. Weird. BC negative 45. BC was 6. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Weather's weird. It really is, though. Woohoo, it's working! Oh, great! She can see everybody. Yay! Welcome back, Allie. Yesterday's coldest house. I got you. I got ya. Again. You guys are all gonna say hi again. Hello again. Hello again. You're good at me. I'm good, thanks. Just doing my tutorial. Whenever you're good with the dark brown, everybody, just filling in that top right-hand corner. You can see, you can expand it a little bit more if you want to. I was a little bit cautious by adding all that blue. My dam in my original kind of reaches the top left area and then comes down. Oh, Chuck, I see you there. Thank you so much for resubscribing with Prime. Look at you go. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Means the world that you resubscribed with it too. You came back, you said I'm going to support again. Thank you so much. Hopefully it was easier this time. No connecting accounts and everything. Thank you very, very much. Again, free to do for those who don't know. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. It literally gives me a little bit of bonus cash in the month. Doesn't cost anything to you. Thank you, Chuck, you hero. Thank you so much. But yeah, fully covering everybody if that wasn't clear, and you can just kind of smooth it out, by the way. Do a nice little back and forth with your brush. That way there's no big blobs of brown hanging out, because we'll want that to, again, be kind of smooth for the upcoming steps here. I'll break from Phasmo. Oh, you're playing some Phasmo. I haven't heard people playing that in a while, Simone. I feel like everyone was playing that for a hot minute and just kind of died off. I heard they fixed a lot of bugs, so maybe that's why you're playing it again and why maybe a couple others are. But otherwise, I haven't seen a lot of people playing it. Maybe you're just experiencing it for the first time. I'm not sure. I played that, like, November was probably the last time I played. Negative 20 here. Oh no! 28. Yeah, I remember Lynn's from Quebec as well, and she was saying it was quite cold today. Average -17. Oh my gosh. Oh, no worries. I want those buns. Yeah, of course. And you got a little bun with the splotch on it. Look at that now. Your little sub badge. It has a little bee on it now. You're working your way up, and you got the little bun emotes, as you said. And ad-free viewing, all that good stuff. Thank you again, Chuck. Buns. Who summons? Not those buns. No offense. I'm offended. I'm offended. I'm exhausted. So I'm just giving everyone a quick minute to add that brown, and also just giving it a quick minute to maybe dry a little bit. It might be a little easier to have that base coat a little more dry, so maybe you'll give like 2 minutes actually. We can let that just kind of, yeah, soak up a little bit. Doesn't have to be totally dry, but even sticky is probably better than being fresh, so we'll just kind of let it sit there. Did it snow where I am? There wasn't really any fresh snow today, but it definitely did this week. Ooh. Friends are nice too. Blushes. Yeah, unfortunately no snow today, but we got some good snow this week, Julia. Ugh. Did you get snow where you are? Not sure where you're from. You don't need to say if you don't want to. I'm in Southern Ontario though. Sorry, does it cost anything for Amazon Prime, Erin? Well, it costs, Mo. I assume you meant no. So it costs money for Amazon Prime, but if you have Amazon Prime, then it doesn't cost money to subscribe. I hope that makes sense, Charlene. So a lot of people have Amazon Prime already. Well, yearly fee, yes. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people have Amazon Prime already because they use it for quick shipping. It gives them access to Amazon Prime Video because they like to watch their television shows and all that. It's like Netflix kind of, right? So if you have Amazon Prime already and you're paying for it, then you get 1 free subscription on Twitch per month. And so that's what I've been saying. It's free to subscribe for free if you have Prime. If you don't have Prime, then that's technically costing you money because you're paying for Prime, which is a separate service. But with that service comes the free subscription. Wish it snowed in Georgia. Does it not? Ever? You don't have any magical little snows here and there? Same. Does it not have just a little sprinkling here and there? Just a little wee bit? You're welcome, Charlene. No worries. I know we talked about it a little in PMs, but if you have any more questions, you can let me know. Just so everyone knows, I'm prepping a new brush. I've got the medium round brush coming up next, so if you want to wash out your large flat brush, just kind of have your medium round brush a little bit more ready, and we'll be using that next. No, not really. We get like slush and sleet maybe once a year. Boo. Sorry, guys. If I could send you guys some snow, I would, but also I'm greedy and want all my snow. Just got frost. Just get frost. Gotcha. Had snow on the ground for a week. Lucky you. We've had snow on the ground for months. Not a lot though. We got snow today. I feel like I'm turning some of you into snow people. I hope so. I hope you all see the beauty in snow. You get fake snow, Krithy? Not as good as the real stuff, unfortunately. But it gives you the feeling. Yeah, I find it so beautiful. This is, yeah, again, sorry I keep showing this off, but yeah, it's such a wintry landscape. I love all the colors of winter too. They're all so soft and pastel-y and so bright and beautiful. It's such a beautiful season. Everyone kind of thinks of it, in my opinion, as like an ugly season, a cold season, but it brings so many beautiful colors and landscapes with it too. You live in Arizona? Oh yeah. I miss getting a lot of snow. Snow bad. Sorry, Sharon. Cold bad. We all have our opinions. I'll never change you, Sharon. Only time I got snow was in Hilton Head. Ah, okay. It's getting a lot of snow. Yeah, I'm surprised you don't get a fair amount too where you are, Jim. Just here and there, you know. Again, the north. I don't want to say we're open because we're not open, but eventually we will be open. You can experience some snow here. I like snow as a concept, but not in reality. If only snow were warm, is that what you're saying? It snows and then it's just like still summer out though. It's a concept, not reality. So cold there. It's really not that cold here though. If you go super north it is. Yes, exactly. Get on it, scientists. If only. It's really not that cold here though, especially in southern Ontario. It's really not. We have cold days, but not really even the cold season. It's not super cold. I would make really, a really good bear. Hibernate all winter. I'm a beach babe through and through. Only it snowed at the beach. That would be kind of a dream. I'd be down for that for sure. And then some of us hibernate. That's funny, Sharon. Alright, so I'm going to start adding some sticks on top. Again, it might not be completely dry. Definitely mine is not, but at least it's a little... Oh, I left some fingerprints there. Look at that. Whoops. At least it's a little sticky, so it shouldn't be slip sliding everywhere. The whole goal is that when we add the brown on top, it's not like dragging the other brown around and making it difficult and annoying, so it should be at a stage where it's good enough to paint over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm using that dark brown. I'm just going to add a little bit of white to it. And you can see it just lightens it up a little bit. See that? Creates just a slightly lighter brown. You can add white to it to lighten up. You could also continue to add red and yellow if you want. That'll kind of give you a different tone of brown. See, it almost turns like a caramel brown, for example. So you can play around with what you use to lighten it. The white or the red-yellow combo, any of those will work. I would just make sure I'm recommending that you load up your brush for this, because we're doing lots of long sticks. And I think the most complicated part about that is having enough paint for it. I find, especially for beginners, for those just starting out, they're always nervous about how much paint they're adding, and sometimes that results in a tiny bit of paint on your brush and then it drags and you don't get a nice, like, you know, crisp stick, if you will. It'll look a little bit rough and jagged. So just make sure you're getting lots of paint on your brush so that when you do a nice stick, it'll come off nice and crisp. You'll see what I mean here. Nice crisp line. See how it kind of faded at the end there? I'm just going to do that again with more paint. There we go. So that's one stick. So that because I used lots of paint again, it kind of dragged a little bit nicer, a little bit smoother. If I didn't have enough paint, it would have been kind of catching on the brown, being a little bit annoying. So I'm just going to make sure I keep really stacking the paint on my brush as I go. So yeah, I've made a slightly lighter brown. I'm going to cover up my fingerprints here. And I'm just adding my sticks. I'm going in all different directions, anywhere on top of my dark brown. And just kind of crisscrossing everywhere. You can overlap them a little bit if you want. Leave some gaps, obviously, because we'll be using lighter colors of brown for more sticks. So if you need to leave some gaps, that's totally fine. I think I subscribed for Prime. Ooh, not sure, Bonnie. I don't see the little crown by your name, so I don't think you did. If you have any more questions or need more help, let me know. And I don't see it in the little notifications. I can definitely help you, though, if you want to try again. You might not be connected quite yet. Your accounts might not be connected, because I don't see the little crown by your name. So let me know if you need more help. Sorry. Sorry to disappoint you. I think I subscribed. Ooh, I don't know. Want to live where it's warm, but visit snow. Snow, snow. I'm sure that's everybody's ideal. Live in their perfect climate and then be able to visit the others very quickly if they want to. So yeah, you can see these sticks are pretty subtle to begin with because they're only a slight amount lighter, but as I lighten up the brown, you'll be able to see them better and better. So I'm just going to lighten up a little bit more with white, and I'm going to keep adding some sticks. So that's the idea. We just keep lightening our brown and keep stacking on the sticks, just like any beavers would. They keep stacking the sticks on one at a time. We're just getting lighter and lighter so we can see them clearer and clearer. So here's a nice kind of medium brown stick. You can see it's a lot lighter now. And yeah, I'm just reloading my brush every time. I can't say that enough because I know, again, it gets a little annoying when the brown isn't, or when any color isn't sliding nicely like this. It can get kind of sticky, so just keep reloading that brush, lots of paint. It will all dry eventually. Acrylic paint generally dries in like 10 to 15 minutes fully. If you have big blobs anywhere, it might take like 20 minutes, half an hour at most, I would say. So just know that if you have any big blobs or big ridges, they will eventually dry. And they'll actually dry kind of raised and nice and textured, so I think that's pretty cool. So don't be afraid to use more paint. Especially at this stage where we're just kind of stacking sticks on, then we'll be leaving it alone, right? It's okay if it's a little bit bumpy here and there. So yeah, I'm pretty much just stacking on until most of my dark brown is covered. It's okay to see some through, of course, because that adds a little bit of depth to be able to see the dark brown through. But I want most of it covered. I want it to look like a pile of sticks rather than a few sticks on a big pile of brown, right? The other thing I'll note is I am purposely trying to bring some outside of that dark brown, right? So trying to get some individual sticks poking out. Again, that makes it look more like a pile rather than a brown blanket and a few sticks on top, right? Ryan, hello! Nice to see you again. Welcome back. Is it super early morning for you now? Is that right? Man. It's so bizarre seeing somebody in the same day, but it's a different day for you, kind of. Yeah, welcome back. This is my step-by-step acrylic painting tutorial, so this is kind of a different kind of stream than what you popped in on last time. It was a very traditional art stream before, and now it's step-by-step tutorial. So we have a few more people here, obviously, and some people are following along today. It's like 9 a.m. There you go. Yeah, okay. Hope you had a good sleep then. Yeah, good morning. It's very bizarre. I have slept. I had a little nap, but it's still the same day for me. I'm still going over here. But yeah, the idea behind tonight, Ryan, is that, yeah, I teach everyone step-by-step a predetermined painting, so you can see it above me, and I'm recreating it right here with everybody, and some people aren't following along, some of them are just kind of chilling, watching, chatting as usual, and some are following along, so kind of a cool concept, right? We have lots of people painting a similar painting, learning how to do it, and others are just enjoying their Friday night / Saturday morning here. Yeah. Alright, see how it's starting to stack up all my different browns? You can see it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter as I go. And if you want, you can always try switching brushes too. This will give you kind of the same size stick pretty much every time, depending on the amount of pressure you use. If you press a little harder as you go, you'll get thicker lines, but you can see mine are all very similar in width. But if you want to change it up, get some different size sticks, or even if you want to add more detail to the sticks, like kind of split them up a little bit, add some little branches to them, you can get nice and detailed if you want, but I just keep it very straightforward for this part here. I'm just adding and adding until I have more of a pile rather than a collection of sticks. Maybe I'll add a little more white, get a little lighter. Bonnie, you need to have your prime connected. Yes, to describe that way, it'll show a blue square. Exactly, yes. Yeah, I was half explaining a little earlier. Yeah, we're happy to help you now with that, Bonnie. Or later, if you're painting along, I wouldn't want to disrupt you, but feel free to ask any questions. I always stay on after the tutorial too, so if you have questions about the tutorial or about Prime, I can always answer later. Yes, exactly, like Phoenix has next to her name there. Nice blue crown. Signifies the connection. Alright, so I'm getting nice, very light browns now, just to really add a nice highlight on top. No, but baby, hello! Wav, true Wav, how's it going? Wav, true Wav. How are you tonight, Amy? Oh, you're so cute, coming in with that. Oh, you've walked in on a step-by-step tutorial right now and teaching people how to paint the beaver painting step-by-step. Wait to the end. Yeah, no worries, Bonnie. Understandable. Wouldn't want to disrupt your painting. All good. It'll be a lot easier to help you too. Honestly, I'll be able to concentrate on you rather than painting and everything else. Yeah, so it's always my goal to kind of not show this line as much to the viewer, so I'm really going to concentrate now on kind of adding some sticks along that edge to kind of fill or cover that. And then it doesn't quite look as much like, again, a blanket of brown underneath. I keep saying that, blanket of brown. See, it's kind of hidden. You can see it's kind of a line, but that's, yeah, again, a dam would be kind of all lined up anyway, so it makes sense as long as it's not a really apparent line. That's always my goal anyway, so. Maybe I'll add like 2 more, maybe a dark one on top. Yeah, that's fine for me. Okay, cool. So that's my dam. I'm gonna leave that for a couple minutes, just so you can keep working on it. If you're taking a little more time with adding sticks or adding different details to your sticks, keep going. And then we'll get to some beavers and their tails. Amy says, been a good day. Just relaxing and figuring out more stuff. Cool, cool. Store stuff. Oh, excuse me. What kind of store stuff are you figuring out? I'm glad it's been relaxing, though. Oops. All right, give me a quick second, guys. Just need to change my battery. Quick, 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 quick. And there it goes. Excellent. All right. One time, just one time that happens in the tutorial. Should last the rest of the time. Could there be a command that spits out a link to a video slowly explaining Connect Prime? Oh yeah, that's exactly, Wood just did it. That's the best I have right now. Someone took a couple videos to figure it out. Took me some time and a couple videos. Maybe I should look for a video, Poppy. That is a good idea. I try and just explain it there, but I could do probably a better job at linking a video or even the step-by-step. I know I found at one point like a WikiHow, I think, one of those with pictures, step-by-step with pictures, and that was very helpful to a lot of people. So maybe I should link something like that, because I know I kind of half explain it in that little, it's more, I'm almost explaining the concept in that one, you know, link it and then you redeem a free subscription. Yeah. It's more so my concept that I describe rather than the directions. I try and direct people personally, but yeah, I could probably do better. But yeah, make sure you're not on mobile is something I always forget to say. Maybe I need a second command, Prime 2 or something, and that'll explain the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, you know? Good call. My problem is that I was trying on mobile. Oh, yeah. Is there a command menu? Yeah, there we are. I don't know if that's fully updated because I've added a few things, but yes, all of those are commands that you can use. Do you see I added in a non-safe, creepy way? Non-creepy and safe way. Yeah, look at that. So you can try any of those if you want. Some of those are just like information, some of them link to videos, some of them are fun things. Yeah, feel free to try out whatever you want there. Just figuring out a way that I can eventually mass produce my dragon covers for sketchbooks. Whoa, yeah, a good mold and resin to try. That sounds complicated, Amy. I wish I could give you some advice, but I have no clue in that realm. I hope you figure it out, though. That would be very cool, because I thought of all the things you posted. Honestly, your cover was one of the coolest things I had seen from you, so I was like, ooh, wow. Yeah, how would you mass produce it? Yeah, like you said, kind of like doing a mold and then certain resins. Interesting, interesting. How do I get sub-tokens? Sub-tokens? What are sub-tokens? Where do you see sub-tokens, Poppy? Or excuse me, Julia? Egg. 46. Yeah, there's Instagram there. There you go, you guys are learning. There's nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend. Thanks, Bob. Look at smooth on for molding casting. Oh, there you go. There's a recommendation from Wood there. He would know. Oh, sub tokens on mobile. It's how you sub now. TJ, do you know the answer to that? How to get sub tokens? That's bizarre. I'm not used to Twitch on mobile, so that's why I don't know that at all, Julia. TJ seems to know. Ty, the science art guy. I would recommend just going through your native browser. It's cheaper. Okay. The prayer. You guys are finding all the good ones now. I think there's an artist hidden at the bottom of every single one of us. Yeah, good call. Yeah, Julia, TJ, and I would recommend too, just using a browser. So instead of doing it on the app, go through a browser and then you'll be able to subscribe just the usual way. And it's cheaper, according to TJ. So that's the most important part. It is cheaper. Those Reynolds Advanced Materials. That prayer is so good. Yeah, I'd never heard of sub tokens before this moment. It's like an in-app purchase. That makes sense, yeah, but more expensive. Really believe that if you practice enough, you could paint the Mona Lisa with just a 2-inch brush. I don't know, Bob. I don't know about that. Yeah, the prayer is hilarious. I love that prayer. Forgive us for our happy little accidents. That was Miss Grok who made that, in case you're wondering, Sharon. That was a long time ago. She just whipped that out one day. It was a lot of fun. And just beat the devil out of the brush art, man. $1 USD more. Oh, wow. That can stack up for sure. Right, because of their premiums. Oh. There you go. Yeah, would be great to ask, Amy. I know you're in Discord now, so easy to reach if you want to talk to him. Thank you. There's even like a materials section. I'm sure you could tag him or like ask anybody else as well. Perfect. I don't have any milk to drink, unfortunately. Telling them only so it was popular till it was stolen. Is that a true story? $6.99. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's significantly more. Yeah, save that money, subscribe on a desktop, on a laptop. 89 today. That's a high chance. Maybe we'll see a chicken noodle in my second painting here. Who knows? It's a very high chance. That's funny. Alright, I assume that's enough time for the sticks and for the dam, everybody, so let's go ahead with the beavers and the tails. What do we want to do first? Let's do the beavers first. We can, we'll kind of go back and forth, as usual, so we'll do kind of the dark brown, we'll go back up to do some details, back down to do some details, things like that. So let's start again with a nice dark brown. So grab the brown that you were using for the bottom of the dam there. I guess the base of the dam, I should say. If you want to lighten it maybe a teeny bit, you can. You can see kind of the color here in the beavers. See it just poking through any of this dark color? Maybe the edge is a good place to look at. See that dark color? Dark brown? By the nose here. It's pretty much the same as that original dam color, maybe a tiny bit lighter, but again, main point is getting a nice dark brown down, so any dark brown is good. Marine, hello! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Marine. You've caught me in a tutorial. Happy to shout you out, though. Welcome as always. We love Marine. If anyone hasn't checked out Marine, please do. Marine Bio Artist. Marine, if you want us to link an Insta or anything, let me know. I think you know during tutorials, though, I don't usually do any, like, displays and stuff, unfortunately, because I'm in tutorial mode, but we're happy to link and talk about you a bit, so let me know if I can show off anything in particular in the chat for you. Alright, so I've got my dark brown, everybody. I'm going to start with my little beaver friends here. So they're pretty basic shapes. You can see I just kind of did their heads. I didn't worry about their whole bodies or anything, just kind of their heads poking out. So they each have a flat bottom. You can kind of direct your attention to here, here. And they're about, I would say, just below halfway down starting. So if you want to find about halfway and go a little lower, that's probably a good amount there. So you can start with a nice flat bottom. I'm just doing the left-hand beaver first. If you're nervous about size, I would start a little smaller than you think, because you can always make it bigger, right? If you start like with a teeny shape, you can always make it bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So yeah, flat bottom. I'm gonna move it a little over. And pretty much what happens is they have like a curvy left-hand side, kind of curves in and up. Kind of like that. And then when it reaches the right-hand side, we do a quick little curve, kind of where the nose and mouth is going to be, and we just kind of curve down back into the straight line. It almost looks like a little fish head popping up, in a way. Honestly, when I was doing this, I was like, they look like little fish heads. So, yeah, if you see a little fish head, you're pretty much on the right track. But yeah, nice big, wide curve on the left-hand side, and then a quick curve down for kind of the neck. So the right-hand side of the first beaver there. But yeah, welcome Raiders. Hi, sorry again, you're catching me in a tutorial, so I'm teaching everyone step by step how to paint an acrylic painting today, right now. But Morgana, hello, hello. Julia says hi, Raiders. There's Marine, hello, all beavers, yeah. Marine, I was just saying, if you didn't hear me, of course you caught me in a tutorial, so I don't usually display anything, but if we can link anything for everybody here, whisper me, whisper Ahmad, we're happy to link your Instagram. We just shouted you out above. But happy to do whatever I can to promote you a little bit as a thank you for the raid, and because we love you, you're always here. We can link to a direct piece of art, to your Insta, whatever you like. Whatever you like. And I hope your stream went well. If you want to chat about your stream too, what you were doing, I'd love to hear it. So it looks like a fin. Yeah, a fin. A little, maybe a shark fin, not as sharp. But something like that. And you can see I'm just filling this in, everybody. So when you have the shape, you can fill it in with your dark brown. I'm probably going to make this a little bigger, by the way. Again, I started a little small just to be safe. I'm probably going to lengthen a little bit more. You can see down to here. So again, do the same. You can kind of judge how much spacing you have, how much space you want to fill up, because there's no right or wrong, right? You can make nice big beavers as if you're nice and close up, or you can keep them a little smaller. It's all up to you. But yeah, fill them in whenever you're ready. There we go. There's one. And I'll do my second one. My second one's a little higher up. You can change that though if you want to make them a little lower or just even, you know, completely even, you can. But it's the same idea, just mirrored now. So mirrored, it'll be just opposite. We'll have the curvy side on the right, kind of the deep curve, or the, I guess, subtle deep curve. I don't know. It's more of just a wide curve on the right, and then more of a quick curve, more of a straight up and down on the left. No worries. Well, I feel like most of you, I feel like most of them know you, but yeah, anything we can link anyway, just for a quick little link for anybody who might not know you. You never know, there might be one. Yeah, everyone's saying hi, so they know you. Oh, K9's here. Hello, super cute. Thank you. K9, how's your week been? Yo, Primal's here. Yo, Erin, this is hecka cute. Erin, thank you, Primal. How's it going, dude? I've been enjoying your streams. You saw me in your recent one. Didn't reach your last one. But it was a fun time in your other one with that ice cream. Oh my god. How are you doing tonight? What are you up to? It's Friday. Hi, James. Hi, James. You heckin' cute. Here we go. I linked my website. Excellent. I will grab it for you in my whispers. That's great. Oh, in your Redbubble. Excellent. Okay, so if anyone wants to check out Marine, she's recommending seeing her website. So that's that one there. Again, Marine is a fellow art streamer on Twitch, for those wondering. She brought in her little raid, so we're shouting her out. And that's her Redbubble, so you'll find some products of hers to be able to purchase. I'm going to check that out myself later. See what you got going. Oh, some prints and things like that. Excellent. Okay, so if you're interested in shopping for Marine stuff, Redbubble's the way to go. Thanks, Marine. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the second beaver. Again, everyone, you can go at your own pace there. I like to start with the bottom. So you can see I'm, again, making them a little bit off. We have the bottom, or the left-hand one, a little lower. Right-hand one is a little taller, a little higher up in the water. All the way across. Again, more of the large curve to begin with, coming all the way over. Ooh, that's a little high, actually. Hold on, I'll point this out in a second. And then a deep curve coming down. So, it's okay to make them a little off. We don't want them too far off, though. This guy's nose is way up here. And I might want him just a little closer if we want that cutesy little heart stick type scenario here. So, if you made yours a little high like me, and they might be a little too far apart to be getting a little lovey-dovey, you might want to raise the other one up a little bit. So here's an easy fix. Just make this guy a little taller. Reach his little nose out. Or you can even just adjust the sticks so that they make sure that they make the heart shape. So just kind of think about that as you're going along. Placement of, yeah, those little noses for the eventual sticks. And I'm just going to fill in that other shape there. Oh no, now I have a Baby Shark song in my head. Oh no, Vonda. I'm not going to sing it because or else I will too, and I'll infect everybody's brains with that one. So I will not be singing along to that. I will resist the urge to sing Baby Shark. Ooh. Yes, my Valentine is here. Not too bad. That's good, K9. That's good. Did you finish your paint by numbers, your doggy that you were doing? Baby, don't do it, Marine. This is my work weekend. But COVID paints are lower. Good, good, K9. I'm really glad to hear. Yeah, there's been a few raids today. It's been really fun. Usually we don't get raids during tutorials, I think, honestly, because people see it's a tutorial and they don't raid, but that's okay. I'm glad that people are raiding. It's very nice. Oh, you're very welcome, Marine. Always happy. I'm sitting here typing, and we'll probably be relaxing with some very legal items later. Sounds good. Love when we relax in legal ways. Excellent. Super legal. Super lovely. Are you still in school right now, probably? You said, yeah, you are. You were saying you were working on some group gig, and I was all like, good luck to you, dude. Hopefully that went well. Hopefully that's not tearing your life apart as it did mine every year in school. We had group projects go like year round, you know? You'd be with the same group for the entire year, like 2 semesters, and I was like, come on, dude. Give me a break. Charlene, the week after. What's the week after? I'm not sure what you're referencing. Thanks to lurk, Marine. Enjoy your food, enjoy your rest after your stream. I hope it went well. Post and share, excellent. Lol, I got the Jurassic Park thing stuck in my head. It's better than Baby Shark, let me tell ya. Baby, don't do it, Julia. She says toot-toot-toot, not do-do-do. Alright, there are my base colors for my cute little beaver slash shark fins. Or fish heads. Fish mollies, you know? Saba ping. Whatever you want them to be, they're there. They're there. You can make them whatever you want soon. So we'll put some layers of fur a little bit later. For now, I'm just letting them dry. We can move on to the tails in a minute. I'll just give you guys a chance to keep playing around if you need to. But yeah, you can see I put my noses a little closer together. My sticks might overlap with my dam a little bit, but that's okay. I can make it work. I'll make it all work, as I always do. Yeah, it's going. Thanks to the Kaiba, dude. It's all I can do. It's all I can do. Because it's, I know how it is. I know how it is, and I'm out of that life right now. I don't, yeah, I don't envy you at all. But you'll get through it. You'll get through it. Amy, you sneak. Literally, emojis, Baby Shark. Vader's theme, also not as bad as Baby Shark. That song really died, and then it kind of came back. My grandson chose Baby Shark for my phone ringtone. I'm so sorry, Vonda. The things you do for the people you love, for your grandchildren. Full rain on the... That's very kind of you. Full rain on the ringtone. What would you like my phone to sound like anytime I get a phone call? That's kind of sweet, though. It's kind of wholesome. I'm sure, obviously, you think of your grandson anytime your phone rings now, which is nice. But of all the songs... Oof. Yeah, I almost feel like that song made a comeback semi-recently, though. I feel like I just forgot it existed for a long time, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, remember that? That's how trends go, I guess. Okay, that should be enough time for the beaver bases. We will go down to these tails now. So the tails, the beaver tails, it's what makes a beaver is what I'm trying to say. I wanted to, again, incorporate the lovey-dovey element. Again, it's kind of a Valentine's Day painting, so not only do we have these sticks in a little heart shape, I'm so sorry for this mouse, I probably upset a lot of people leaving it there. But yeah, I wanted to do tails in somewhat of a heart shape, so my idea is that, yeah, this guy's body is going over here, and then kind of comes up like this. This tail's going over here, comes up like this. I'm just realizing too, before we do the tails, we should actually do some ripples. Not paying attention here, we should do some ripples first. So, I just introduced the tails, keep that in your brains, but we're actually not doing the tails, we are doing the ripples first. So, we're gonna use the same brush, you can wash it off whenever you're ready. And we're actually gonna dip into the white. So sorry, I should be paying a little more attention. Wouldn't have been detrimental, but it's just easier to do those ripples first. So, again, medium round brush, white paint. And to keep the ripples nice and soft, what I like to do is I like to use just a little bit of paint on my brush. I'm using a little bit of paint, and I'm also liquefying the paint just a little bit. So I don't know if you heard me, I was kind of dipping my brush in the water and tapping it off so that I'm liquefying the white a little bit. The other thing I'm doing is wiping it on my towel or paper towel just so there's not a lot on my brush. And then I'm going to start adding my little curves for the ripples here. So we have some ripples around the beavers here, and then we're going to put ripples where the tails will go. We just want to do that first because you can see some of them land behind the tails there. Glad I saw that. Glad I caught that. All right, so for the ripples themselves, they're just very quick, elongated curves. I find sometimes people have trouble with these because they're not circles. We're not doing like curves all the way like this. They're not coming way far down. They're very stretched out this way, stretched out left and right. If you think of like sound waves almost, or like a Wi-Fi signal, you can kind of see they're all very outstretched. That's kind of how I think of them. But yeah, very oval, so very quick and tight. You know, they're not going far up and down. They're keeping nice and tight up and down, but going far left and right. So let's start here, for example, and I'm going to go to the right, quickly, tightly curve over to the left. Just like that, just a quick little curve. Like that. So very long, very tight up and down. Same thing on the other side. Like a big boomerang almost, you know, very, yeah, very stretched horizontally. If you want to do any little curves or little ripples, just like as little curves on the bottom, you can do that. They don't need to be wrapping around. The point is that I like to kind of split them up a bit, just like ripples would be. They're not full circles or full ovals. They're all kind of separated and rippling out quite literally. So you can add more little curves, just lightly like that here and there. Maybe another curve right here. And again, I'm using liquefied paint. By liquefied, I mean just a little bit more liquidy. So by adding water, moving around the paint, and then tapping it off a little bit on my towel or paper towel. And I'm using a light touch as well. I'm not really doing a hard stroke like I was for the sticks. I'm just very lightly grazing, so it looks a little bit more rough, a little bit more kind of broken up, a little more transparent, lots of different words. You can do the same thing for the other beaver, and these ripples can kind of combine a little bit. I don't mind overlapping a little here and there, just very lightly. But still, again, starting with those little curves, very tightly wrapping around the beaver. Like that. If it helps you to make little noises as you go, do it. You know, whatever you need to do. And I'm just going to keep adding those little curves here and there. My husband's phone rings for the T.I. double Gaver song. What do I call it? T.I. double what? Double Gaver song? What? I've just got the hanging tree from the Hunger Games in my head. Oh, interesting. No baby shark command. When my mom calls my phone, says, "Your mother is calling. Calm down and answer your phone." It's very loud. It's very loud. Is it really calming? I haven't missed a call from her since using this ringtone. There you go. Smart then, maybe we should do it. T-I-double-G-E-R. Oh, spells Tigger. I gotcha, I gotcha. Oh, cute. I don't know the tune to that one, but I got you now. Little Tigger, I see. I had a ringtone for my son calling that kept saying, "Mom, Mom, Mom." It kept getting louder. Oh dear, didn't keep it for long. Is that the, it might have been from Family Guy, I'm not sure, when Stewie goes, "Mom, Mom, Mom," and he starts going, "Mummy, Mummy, Mama." I could see that being a ringtone. Like you said, didn't keep it for long. Alright, so I know we don't have the tails on yet, but I'm going to add the ripples for them now. So you can just imagine them in kind of the bottom middle. You can do a couple quick little, again, very quick curves. Again, very tight. Just kind of anywhere way on the outsides here. You can see they can be messy. Again, they don't have to be nice and smooth. They can be kind of transparent. You can overlap them a few times. I think that adds to the look, personally. Hi, Erin. Zach, welcome in. How have you been? How's your evening going? Think it was that one? Probably. I think it's a popular, not necessarily ringtone, Sharon, but like a sound clip from that show. I don't watch the show at all, and somehow I know it. Mama, Mama. I forget how it ends, though. We just keep saying Mom. Another thing you can do, if you want, you can add more of a bright white right by the bottom of the beavers, because that's where they're coming out of the water, right? So you want it to be a little bit more roughed up there, like there's a nice little disruption in the water. They've just poked their little heads out and they're moving around, so I like to just wiggle my brush with some white paint right on the bottoms there. So lots of, yeah, bright white. So I wasn't really watering it down. I was just using the plain white, and so it comes off a little bit brighter, a little bit thicker. And for the tails, I just kind of add a few little more of those horizontal ripples. So I'm kind of just using the tip of my brush and wiggling it a little bit as I go, kind of up and down a wee bit. And that's just going to kind of frame the tails. The tails will be able to overlap these ripples, and that's why we're putting them there first. So in that way, some of them look like they're going behind, some of them will look like they're kind of resting beside or on top. We can always add a little bit more if you need to later, but I believe I added them first in the original so that it looks like they're more so like combining with the tails, right? And again, going behind sometimes. So yep, just using the tip of my brush, wiggling along, doing small little thin ones, little thicker ones here and there. Then we'll put the tails on next. Yeah, don't be worried about, you know, putting them closer to the middle because the tails can overlap and go on top, right? So it's better maybe you do a little bit more, go a little further in. And that way, even if you cover some up, it's not a big deal. Love that episode. Chuck seems to know it. There is a movie with that. It goes, Mom, 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 and she responds, Sean, Sean, Sean. Going pretty good. How are you doing? I'm good too, thanks, Zach. Happy to be doing my tutorial. Feeling a little tired, but I'll be good. I'll be good. Glad you're having a good night. Stu goes, Mom, Mom, Mommy. Yeah, he kind of switches it up as he goes, from what I remember. Mama. There we go. All right. Phew. Glad I got those on. Almost forgot. Sometimes I'm just not thinking of the order of things. I get excited about the next thing that I'm looking at and then I forget. Anyway, always works out okay. Spider-Man. The Mom, 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 Sean, Sean, Sean one? I don't recognize that. Alright, so you can do your ripples for another minute or two. I'm just mixing up some more brown because I ran out there. If you haven't, if you don't have brown ready to go, I would mix some more. So as a reminder, it was red and yellow first, even amounts, and then some black. And you want a nice deep dark brown. See how deep dark these tails are? You're gonna want to keep them nice and dark, right? We only put the one little crisscross detail on top, so this dark color is going to be the main color of the tail. So you really want to look at, yeah, that deep chocolate color and try and replicate that for the next color we're doing. Going to my dad. I just wonder which one. There are a lot of Spider-Man movies, so I can't say I know them all super, super well. Mom, 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 and Sean, Sean, Sean. I just can't think of who's named Sean in the Spider-Man movies. Unless it's like a side character, it's just a slight little line. Anyway, I trust your dad. I don't know all the Spider-Mans that well. Especially the Andrew Garfield ones, I really don't know. I'm not a Family Guy fan, but my son told me about the ringtone. He loves Family Guy. It's probably from Family Guy. It was annoying. Yeah, same. I almost have, I don't know if I've really watched a full episode of that show, but I just know references here and there exactly. And yes, it's an annoying one. Didn't last long, as you said. Can't unsee chocolate waffles when I see the tails. That's fair, that's fair. Yeah, Chuck, no problem. Brown mixing is red and yellow mixed together, even amounts of red and yellow. And then you just add black until you have a nice dark chocolate brown. So you'll probably need a little extra black for the deep dark tails, so don't be afraid to add a little extra black. You can go a little more liberal on the black this time. Excuse me. A random kid in a car. Ah. Yeah, I wonder which one. Alright, so after I talked about the tails, then we didn't do them. I'll talk about them again. They kind of, my idea was that they're a little heart shape, as if this guy kind of, his body comes down, and this is his tail here, it's coming to the left. This guy's body comes down under the water, his tail is to the right. So yeah, we're just going to do one at a time. I'll do this tail first, so the tail belonging to this guy, it's going to come over to this side. So what I like to do is I like to start anywhere in the ripples, and I'm again using my medium round brush. Use whatever brush you're comfortable with. I do a nice kind of casual curve coming up like this. So it's swinging across to the left, like that. We do the top of the tail, which is a nice big round curve. The tails get like wider at the end, so we're doing a nice wide curve. And then it comes back around and kind of comes to a point where it started. So you're kind of swinging back around quickly, coming to a point. I'm going to try and adjust this. I want mine maybe a little taller. It needs to come higher up like that. That's looking better. Okay. So just do as I did too. You can adjust as you go, keep adding, keep shaping as you need. Even if you want to add one then the other and kind of adjust and see what you need to do, that's fine as well. I like filling in to see the whole shape. That really helps me. Yeah, and the tail should just kind of disappear like that. So that's why I bring it to a point. You can kind of flick a little bit if you want to make it look like it's just going into the water. We can always go back and add a few ripples though to cover up that edge a little bit more. So don't worry too much about that end. It's more so getting the shape here. So I'm just continuing to widen it out. Making it a little bit wider, a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, all of the above. That should be fine there. Whoops, there we go. And that's one. So it's kind of centered. You can see it kind of crosses over the center. We're on the left-hand side, but the whole tail itself is pretty centered. I'm using the medium round, Jamelia. Yeah. For this, you can use whatever brush you're most comfortable with. My medium round holds a nice amount of paint, so I can kind of do a lot at once. But it's not the biggest brush, so it's not like, you know, going everywhere. It's a little easier to control. Yes, you did, Phoenix, I remember. Yeah, there's Discord Ryan if you want it. From Get Smart. Oh, okay, Spider-Man said it right, because that was the same crazy thing. Right, of course. I remember Get Smart. Alright, and then the second tail is the same thing, just again mirrored, it's opposite. So I'm starting now on the left-hand side. I would probably start it on the same horizontal plane as that first tail, so like over here maybe. And we're gonna come up like this. Curl around. Back over. You can see I'm starting a little smaller, but I'll make it a little bigger as I'm more comfortable with placement. So I'm gonna make it maybe wider over here, closing the gap. So you can see it's like a barely there heart shape. It is there, but I know it's a little bit of a stretch. Just kind of a nice little hidden heart in the painting. There's that. So yeah, if you really want to look at my tails, you can even look at the overall heart shape to help you. You can see how I close up the gap a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing on mine. My heart shape looks very uneven here, like the gap goes all the way down. So I want to maybe bring up a little more brown up in that crevice, just widening out each tail to do that. Trying to keep it centered while I do it. So just kind of working on each side as I go. There's that. That's a little better. You'll get there. You just gotta be a little patient with that, working on each tail until you have an overall shape that you like. And same thing, you can fill that in when you're ready as well, just so you can see the overall shape. It'll look like one big blob, of course, to begin with, but when we add the little crisscrossies, you'll be able to see each tail on top of one another. We'll use the crisscrosses. I keep using the mouse there. You'll see the crisscrosses to signify which tail is overlapping. Like yin and yang. Yeah, Julia, exactly. Exactly like that. And yeah, mine got a little off center. You can see the center of my heart maybe goes just a little off to the left, but it's center, it's close enough, you know? It's gonna be hard to get it exact, so as long as you're getting the overall goal, that's good. Just filling in, cleaning up my edges. There we go. Cool. So yeah, in the end you can see you kind of lose those shapes to begin with. We'll gain them back when we get the crisscrosses on. That's how they're looking there. So I'll give you a quick minute or two and then we're gonna go back up to the beavers and work on them a little bit. And if you've run out of brown, I'd mix a little bit more just so you're prepared. There's again lots of brown. We're doing some lighter shades of brown next, but it's good to have the dark brown. You can always use that and then lighten it up as we go. You'll see. Okay. We will be doing, I was just like looking at my reference there, we'll be doing the black features of the beavers next. I know they'll be a little bit hard to see because we're putting them on the dark brown, but we do that because when we do the fur, we want to overlap some of those black features a bit. It'll make them look a little more, you know, in the background compared to the fur of the beaver. So I'll be doing this little nose, just the black parts, the black nose and the black eye, and then that way if we sweep some hair over top or some fur over top, it'll look a little more natural. You can definitely see it in this one. He looks a little more cuter, just kind of the eye resting in the background there. So yeah, we'll be doing the black features next. I'm sort of seeing a smiley face without the details. Where are you seeing it? Where are you seeing it? Like bop bop, kind of like that. It's almost like Mickey Mouse ears. You can see lots of stuff here. Blem. It's my favorite part is little blem. Has anyone else read the 4th Hunger Games? Is there a 4th Hunger Games? Did I miss that? I thought there were 3. Did you come out with another? Can't say I have. I didn't even know there was a 4th one. Alright, I'm going to add some features. I'm going to add the black features of the beavers now. So just the 2 parts. This appears black, but it's actually the dark brown, and we just use the light brown to frame it, just so you know. So we're doing the eye and the nose. So I'll just zoom in just so you can really see a nice close-up, but I'll still give you perspective on here by keeping it zoomed out. Again, I know it'll be a little hard to see, but I'm going to add them. So again, you can look at the shapes here. So the nose is kind of just a very loose triangle, pretty much right at the tip of our little beaver shape. So you can put it right at the very top, a loose triangle shape. By loose triangle, I just kind of mean a rounded triangle. You know, no need to make it perfectly straight edges or very sharp corners or angles. Just a loose triangle. I do the same thing on the other side. I'm doing each side as I go here. So there's another one right there. Again, I know you can't really see on my original, but I would look over here. And then for the eye, I'll zoom out so you can give perspective of where it's placed. But I would say it's just kind of below the nose, horizontal wise. So if you kind of go over and then down, that's where it's landing. And it's probably a little more than halfway. I would say halfway across the beaver is here. We're going about here. So if you find your nose, you can go a little bit over and then down. That would be a little bit past halfway. And then you can do a nice little almond shape. So nice curve, kind of up and down, curve down to up. Nice almond shape. And again, that's black paint. I'm using my small brush to do that. You can kind of see it there. Yeah, there he is. It's hiding right there. Same thing on this guy. Again, a little over, a little down, a little past halfway. Maybe right around there. And the almonds are kind of like pointing towards where the beavers are, as if they're kind of looking, you know, up where the nose is, right? So kind of pointing them that way. All right, there's the black features. I know they look teeny tiny right now, not a lot going on, but they'll be a lot more apparent a little later when we add some details to them and when we get the fur around them, right? Because we'll kind of leave those spots alone. Portia, hello. Nice heron. Thank you. How are you doing tonight, Portia? Yeah, I didn't know there was a 4th. I saw something on Facebook with that the other day. Thought it was funny. Oh, excuse me. Burnt umber, raw umber. Apparently no one knows how to cook umber. That's funny. One's burnt, one's raw. No one knows how to cook it. Is there medium raw umber? Sharon saw it too. There it is. I forgot about it. Maybe with President Snow, life before. Oh, I didn't know that. All right. My feet look like a booty. Your feet? Did you add little beaver feet? Is that what you're saying? Or the tails, you mean? The tails look like a booty. Nice round booty. I can see it. I can see it. Tongue is the cutest. I love it too. Look, I love it so much. Can't remember that. Tired. Had a long week. How about you? Same. I also had a long week. I'm also tired, but I'm happy to be here. Yeah, not gonna lie though, I am looking forward to a nice good night's rest tonight if I don't decide to stay up until an ungodly hour again. So, same page, Portia, same page. Okay, so we've got our black features on. Now we can start adding some layers. So on each beaver, I technically added 2 layers of fur. So I started with more of a medium brown and then a lighter brown. I did the same thing with each of them. So I just kind of piled on one and then piled on another. That just gives lots of layers and texture to the beavers. And one thing I'll note is I kind of tried to change the brown just a little bit from beaver to beaver, just so they're a little bit different. I would say this one, I kept a little more just regular light brown. It looks a lot more, yeah, just a classic light kind of like milky brown and then a very light brown on top. This one I would call a little more beige. You can see there's more of a yellow undertone to it. So for this one, as I was lightening up the brown, I just added a touch more yellow into it. And that way you can see, especially when I go here, a little bit of a difference. So you don't need to do that exact difference. I would just recommend maybe doing a little bit of a different brown for each beaver, and then that way they have their own little unique colorings and personalities, right? So again, to achieve that, you're using the brown that you had, the nice dark brown. You can lighten with white just to get kind of a lighter brown. Or again, if you want to do a different shade of brown, you can add a little more yellow or a little more red as you lighten. And it'll still lighten the brown, but just give it a different tone so that you're giving a nice unique look to each beaver. So for this beaver here on the left, I just added a little white to my brown, so I have more of a medium brown. I will start with that. I'm using the medium round brush personally. If you want to use a different brush, you can, but I would recommend something either with a very thin edge or a tip, because I'll be using it to make some little spikes, some little pieces of hair. So I'm just kind of using it and kind of flicking very lightly, kind of in the direction of the beaver, so it's kind of coming down and over like this. I like the idea of having a nice spiky kind of back, so I purposely try and move a couple strokes down and over top, kind of outside of that dark brown there, so he looks very kind of wet and spiky, like all the fur is kind of sticking together. So you can see how I'm just doing kind of medium-sized strokes, just small little thin ones, all kind of piled close to one another, just one at a time, one at a time. Kind of almost porcupine-y, you know, just pretty thick little streaks, thick little spikes again. He's not spiky, but again, his fur is all sticking together. He just got out of the water, right? It's just poking his head out. I'm framing kind of around any of the black features, so I have the nose and I have the eye. I'm not fully overlapping, but you can kind of frame them, so if you maybe overlap on the edge a little bit, that's okay. But I'm trying to keep it for the most part open, so I just kind of went around the edges there, was just a little more careful with smaller strokes. And again, following the direction of where the beaver's coming from. So they're all the fur is coming this way. It's all coming kind of down into the water, right? Very curvy. And just leaving lots of space so that you can see in between those little streaks. You do not need to fill up all of the space. That's the whole idea. We're going to use a second shade, and then that way we get lots of different layers. Ah, sounds nice. Yeah. Yeah, Portia, I feel you though. It's been a little bit of a tiring week for me too. So you and me both. We can relax together now. So yeah, coming down the neck part here. How would you pronounce petite? Petite. I think if I was trying to do French, I would say petite. I try, but otherwise I'd say petite. Taking off. Good night, Erin and Ben. See you, Shannon. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. If not, maybe next week, I hope. Have a lovely evening, though. Lovely evening. I know a title. What's their title, Julia? Good night. And yeah, overlapping, that's fine. They kind of crisscross a little bit, but yeah, just not adding too much. You want to see some background. So that's about good there, I would say. And then whenever you're done with that, you can add a nice light, an even lighter version of that color there. So I'm adding even more white, maybe a little extra yellow red just to darken it a bit. But yeah, this will be my nice top coat of the beaver. Yeah, test it out. If you're a little nervous about the color, do a couple strokes, see how it looks. You can always adjust and retry again if you want, but I think this will be a good color here. There we go. See how light that looks compared to the old one, and now we have lots of different layers of fur. As I reach down here, I want to make sure I'm leaving a little bit of room for an ear. So for the ear, all I do is I just kind of choose kind of further down on the left-hand side for this left-hand beaver. And I just do essentially a C shape, a thick C shape, just like that. So I just really pressed down on my brush harder, so I got a thicker line coming off, and it's a C shape. So that's going to be outside of the ear. And if you want to darken it even more, you could go back in with dark brown to really darken up that circle in the middle. Feather, thank you for the follow. Hello, welcome in. I'm doing a step-by-step acrylic painting tutorial, so hello and welcome. Yeah, you can darken it up with a black or a darker brown, but personally I'm just leaving it like that. I'm just not going to put any fur in the middle of the ear. I'm going to leave his ear nice and clean and empty, and I'm just going to move around the ear with my my remaining fur here. Petit spot volcanoes are a relatively new phenomenon on Earth. They are young, small volcanoes that come about along fissures at the base of tectonic plates. Your plate can be petite Petey. If you like, I googled what a baby volcano is called. Cute! Aww. I need to find curds so I can make a petite. Ooh. Yeah, they're usually at a lot of markets and stuff, I find, Phoenix. I know there's not a lot of like farmers markets fully open right now, but if you have any sort of safe option that way, that's usually where I find them. Julia, baby beaver, mommy beaver. That's cute too. Yeah, they don't need to be lovers. They can be kind of family if you want that as well. That's a good little twist. I think I'm gonna grab some breakfast. Yeah, sure, Ryan. Thank you for popping back in. It was cool to see you a second time today. Glad you've been enjoying. Have a great breakfast. Bye, enjoy. Nowhere near market. Gotcha. Okay. Where else? Sometimes, like, I can't say grocery stores, but more specialty like meat and cheese shops, they will have curds as well. Like we have a kind of like specialty meat place and they have curds, for example. Do you have a Kawartha Dairy in Ottawa? Probably not, huh? Kawartha Dairy's more, yeah, it wouldn't be that far over. They have cheese curds. Good old Kawartha Dairy. Alright, so that's my first little beaver. So second beaver is the exact same process. Again, if you want to make it a teeny bit different, all you need to do is as you're lightening up the brown, just add a little extra yellow or a little extra red, and that'll give you, again, a different tone of brown. So it'll still be kind of a light brown, just a little more of a different tone. So for this guy, I used a little extra yellow, and then that way he looks a little more golden tone. But yeah, same process. We're going to start with more of a medium brown and then a light brown on top. And again, as I'm lightening my brown, I'm just adding a little more yellow. So it might look a little, honestly, pukey to begin with, but I find for the lightest color, it looks nice and kind of just golden brown. So you can experiment by adding... Ooh, see, that's actually... I don't like that. Hold on. I'm going to fix that. I don't like that color. But yeah, experiment. Again, it can take a little bit of time sometimes to find a shade you like. So just keep adding little bits of yellow, little bits of red, little bits of black or white until you have some shades you like. I feel like that almost rhymed, but not really. It was almost there. Oops, that wasn't quite mixed. And again, making sure if you want them nice and like spiky, kind of moving those little pieces just outside of the edge so he looks nice and wet. All his fur is sticking together. It looks nice and floofy. Petite Pamela, I appreciate how you reacted with an ew. No, it was an ew. Wait, an ew? What did I ew? For my brown, though. It wasn't your volcano idea, but yes, I didn't like my brown. Ew. Pukey. Petite Petey. The only place I know that has them is Costco. Oh, really? They sell curds. I had no idea. Might be too much. I had no idea Costco had curds. Interesting. Yeah, it might be too much indeed. You'll need lots of poutine. You can have lots of it. Maybe you can find other recipes that use cheese curds. I don't know of any others though, personally. Wolf, howdy. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, what other recipes have cheese curds? That's the problem. Who would need a mass amount of cheese curds? I've seen them there. Okay, so they do exist there. But yeah, why would you... Who would need so many? Unless you're making just pounds of poutine. I don't know. A reddish brown. There you go, Julia. That works exactly. And there's no reason that you need to do the two different ones. I just like the idea of each beaver having its own little look, you know? Making them each a little different. Alright, so lightening a little bit more. Again, if you're sticking with me, I'm lightening with white and maybe a little bit of extra yellow to make it a little more golden toned. That way it looks just a teeny bit different. Hopefully that works. Yes, that's a good color. So you can see it's a little lighter, a little more golden. Same thing, just using the tip of the brush, stroking just kind of like medium-sized strokes. I wouldn't call them small, I wouldn't call them large. Make sure you do that ear. So I'm just gonna reload a little bit. So again, this is the opposite C shape this time. We're not doing a C, we're doing a backward C. Just anywhere in that bottom right-hand side, just like that. It'll look very bright to begin with, but just like this one, it's gonna disappear a little bit as we add all the little light streaks around it, carefully. Again, you can overlap a little bit, hide that little eye. And there he's coming to life now. Piling, piling, piling. I find with that last layer, they really start to brighten up and come to life. They look a lot more fuzzy and furry, like little beavers would. And again, you can see a little bit of a difference with tone there. Knowing me, I'd probably eat the curds as is, or just make poutine every third day until I run out. That's not such a bad idea. I know people snack on them when they have them, so there you go. There, it's a little brighter. Cute, cute, cute. Just giving a quick minute if anyone's catching up there. We'll do a couple details to kind of the black eye, the nose there. I added a little tongue, which I will save because it overlaps the sticks. We'll be doing the sticks and the details of the tails after as well. Quick minute though, if I get them, I'll share in Discord. Excellent. I'm sure our American friends will be jealous. Because I think that's the hardest part for them. Not Americans, and just anyone outside of Canada, is finding the curds. Oops, finding the curds to make the poutine with. They have fries, they've got their gravy. Can't find those curds, they're special. Those squeaky little cheese curds. A Canadian specialty. Whoops. Okay, so details. I'm just gonna zoom in again here. Very minor details, just to give a little glisten to the eye here. We're adding a little white dot. And I just added a tiny bit of gray to the nose, just like a quick little swipe to make it a little bit of a highlight, kind of making a shiny wet nose. So let's start with the white dot. I'm just using my teeny tiny brush now. I've switched to a very small brush. And for the little glisten on the eye, quite literally, I'm just using the tip of my brush, dotting a nice little white dot kind of in the top area of the eye. It makes him look like he's just nice and glistening and shiny. I'm doing that on each eye. There's one there, there's one there. Cute. And then for the gray detail on the nose, I'm just mixing white and black to make a gray color, just like a light gray. And I just go in and I do a quick little swipe or two kind of along the edge of the nose. I find it just, you can see, kind of pops it off a little bit more. You can definitely see it on my live piece right here a little bit better. It makes the nose look a little shinier, giving it a little highlight. That's all, just so you can see it a little bit better. Cute. I'm gonna move this guy out. There we go. Some masterpiece. Right. That's nice of you. giving a quick minute. I think I'm going to move down to the tails next. We just want to do the little crisscross pattern on the tails. And then we can finish off with the cute little sticks. We have a few little details on the sticks and of course the little tongue if you like the little tongue. The tongue was honestly a nice little last minute addition. Again, I create these designs on Twitch live just during the week. It's usually on Wednesdays. I tend to be doing Wednesday during the day I create next week's tutorial design. So if you're interested in that, you're always welcome to tune in. So just to clarify, I'm never doing the step-by-step on that day. I'm just designing. So I'm kind of chatting with anybody who's watching me. I'm like, oh, what should I do today? And they give me advice as I go along. Oh, that looks good. That doesn't look good. They're always very honest with me. And yeah, the tongue was just kind of a cute little addition. You know, someone said, wouldn't it be cute if there was a little tongue? Or maybe I said it, but everyone supported the idea. So it was just a nice, cute little last minute idea. Wildberry. Hi, Erin. Hope you're doing well. You too. Really adore this one, but something came up, so I have to wait for paint later. That's okay. Yeah, Wildberry. I still appreciate you popping in to say hi. Yeah, as you know, this video will be available right when I'm done, and then eventually on YouTube, so all good. Yeah, no worries. You make time to paint when you can. Cute hair. Thank you very much. I dyed it just the other day. I used some Manic Panic at home, so thank you so much. I hope it stays nice and bright like this for a little bit, but something tells me it'll fade quickly. But I'm glad you like it. Julia, it's like my baby Beaver is just the color of newborns, and she's gonna get red when she grows like her mommy. Aww, that's such a cute concept. I love all the little stories we can make with our paintings. Yeah, so fun. You have shamrock hair. I think I will in like a week, Charlene. It's more of a teal now, but yeah, when it fades out a little bit, I think it's going to be a little more on the green side. Alright, so I'm going down to the tails now, everybody. So for the tails, I would say I'm using more of a medium brown. I'm not really using any of these light browns here. You can see in the original, it's a little more of a subtle brown. So if you need to, maybe add a little bit of black into your light brown, or again, mix a new brown, red, yellow, black. I told you there's lots of browns in this. Anything on the medium side, so something that'll show up on top of the dark brown, but won't be the lightest brown that you've used thus far. Something in between. Too funny. I just hope it looks nice if it turns green, Charlene. I think it might be a little bit of a, I don't know, like a swampy green, but we'll see. We'll see. You can always change it again, so it's not a big deal. It's just hair. It's fun, you know? It's fun to change it up here and there. Having a good time doing it. So, you want to choose which tails in front of each other. It doesn't matter which one is which. For mine, the right-hand tail, which belongs to the left-hand beaver, is on top. So all that means is the crisscrosses continue all the way down this tail, versus these crisscrosses will stop. So I would probably recommend doing the first, or the top tail first, the foreground tail, and that way you can confidently add all the crisscrosses. And then you'll be reminded when you do the background tail that you need to stop, because you'll see the crisscrosses of the other one. So let's keep it consistent. I'll do the same thing that I did in my original here. So I'm just doing some very thin diagonal lines going one way, and then another way, all the way down the tail. I am using my medium round brush. If you'd rather use a teeny tiny brush, you can, but I like this one because it holds a little more paint. So it allows me to do, yeah, all of my streaks you can see kind of all at once like this. It doesn't really matter how far you space them as long as you keep it consistent. So whatever spacing you choose, just keep it consistent all the way down. And I'm just trying to kind of imagine the shape of the tail that I started with, right? So you're kind of bringing this edge down. It would come down and around like this. So you're keeping the crisscrosses within that space here. So even if you need to like put your hand here to imagine it. Yeah. So come all the way down like that. Now you have that tail there. Just doing the other side of the crisscrosses. Little waffles. Somebody called them waffles earlier. You can kind of curve the crisscrosses a bit. I keep them mostly straight, but maybe curving a little bit right at the edges looks nice. There we go. So we definitely have the foreground tail here. And then we can do the background tail. Again, you'll be reminded when you see the crisscrosses, right? You'll be reminded to stop. You'll say, oops, I don't want to overlap. And so we stop a little earlier. It's mostly like you're doing the top of this tail here. Waffles, right? Yeah. Soggy water waffles. So yummy. we go. Cute. So again, you can clearly see one on top of the other. If you want to do a little crisscrossing on the bottom of this guy, you can, but not as necessary. Soggy water waffles, yum. All right. So we'll give a quick minute for that. What will be next? Next will be the sticks. We can start to add some sticks. And I'll just point out too, if you want to add a little more extra ripple detail on top of the brown now that that is dry, you definitely can. It's not really mandatory. I wouldn't call it an extra step, but I'll just demonstrate it in case you want to see. Just quite literally using a little bit of white kind of going on top like that. There we go. Just to kind of cover it up, right? So it doesn't look like the tails are resting on top of the water. They're more so combining into the water, dunking under the water. There you go. I keep reading over and over, waffles. It's just getting me hungrier and hungrier. All right, so yeah, we have the sticks left and the little tongue. So just some small, teeny little details to make it even cuter. It's already cute enough. We're just gonna make it even cuter though. So we'll be going back to like a medium to dark brown. You could even call it medium brown. I'll zoom into the sticks for you if you want to see. There we go. Yeah, see, I wouldn't say that's as dark as the tails. It's somewhere in the middle though. Still a nice chocolatey brown. So again, mix together a nice medium to dark brown, something like that. Sorry, me too. Oh, you're fine, you're fine. It's a constant thing, Wildberry, that everyone's talking about food in the chat. So the fact that you had waffles sitting there for so long just makes sense. It just fits right in. The tails match the fur. Yeah, exactly. They're pretty similar. Yeah, they all kind of use the same browns. Where'd you get the inspo? Okay, yeah, so inspo. Yeah, I popped on a Twitch and I said, listen guys, I'm making a Valentine's Day painting. I don't want it to be like in your face love painting, but it's going to be like obviously a little bit cutesy and lovey-dovey. And a lot of people, we were talking about animals and a lot of people were talking about otters. Because otters are really cute and lovey-dovey. They like hold hands when they're floating in the water and they do a lot of cute things together. Otters in general are just adorable. So we almost did otters, and then someone was saying that there were a lot of other otter paintings floating around right now, and I said, I'd like to be a little bit different. So we just kind of thought about more water animals, and we thought about the beavers. I looked up some beaver paintings. I saw one with kind of like the heart sticks. I thought that was such a cute idea. I just incorporated like the dam here. I came up with the little tail thing myself. So yeah, it's kind of smushing as usual, smushing a bunch of ideas together. But it definitely started out with kind of otter inspiration, and then we went from there. Blem on a stick. You got it, Portia. Yeah, a little blem. Alright, so I've got my medium brown here. I'm just going to do my sticks now. So the sticks, again, you can see curve into a heart shape, but they're still sticky in the way that they're very straight and edgy. So, you know, some of it kind of curves, but some of it kind of goes very quick little curves, you know, straight lines that bend into a heart shape. So if you want to think of it that way, just to make it look a little more natural, you can. So let's start with this left-hand stick here. I'm just using medium round brush again. If you want to use a teeny one, you can. Yeah, kind of doing small little straight lines, curving or bending around. You'll go down here. And I just kind of make sure it somewhat connects to around the nose. Like it kind of goes behind the nose so I don't overlap the nose, but as long as it kind of goes in that area, that's where the mouth would be, right? So as long as it connects anywhere around there, that's the main goal. And maybe you bring it down a little bit more. That's fine. So that's the first stick. It's a little smaller, so maybe this stick will be a bit bigger. We're going to start it kind of here where the heart bend is. We're going to bend maybe like this. Like that. Curve around, kind of again behind the nose, so I'm not overlapping the nose. I'm just kind of going close to it and then continuing down. And then my sticks kind of crisscross at the end. That's fine. You get a general, very like loose heart shape. Yeah. I saw the otter one done, which was cute. Yours is very yeah, that was the whole goal. And then just the idea of beavers, Wildberry is very Canadian, and I haven't really done a lot of Canada-based paintings, you know. I've done a Canada Day painting, but this was just a fun opportunity for me to be like, Beavers, Canada, you know? I thought it was cute in general with all the little aspects. Even if it's not a Valentine's Day painting for some, I was hoping that people would, yeah, enjoy this just as a cute beaver painting, you know? So that was the goal. I didn't want it to be exclusively Valentine's, exclusively love, just more of a general concept, yeah. After 9, so I can go to sleep now to push to stay awake. All good, all good. Aren't you the one that did the black unicorn a couple weeks ago? Or inquired, I meant. Was curious about what that looked like. Did you do a black one? I haven't done it yet. That's why I was asking those questions. Oh, right, okay. The coming week or the week after. Gotcha. I forgot if that was you, Phoenix, but maybe it's just because I hadn't seen it yet. There you go. So cute. Thanks, Julia. So just to add to your sticks, you can see you can add some little twigs and stuff like that. You can either do that in light brown or dark brown. I'm going to do that now just to kind of split up a few ends. So I just do some little V shapes here and there to make it look like the, again, stick is splitting a little bit. There's little twigs coming off, and that'll allow for some little leaves to be put on there as well. So just tiny little small lines just poking off wherever you want. Tiny little twigs. Very cool. I'd love to see it complete. I'm sure she'll post it in Discord when she's done. Don't want to speak for her, but I know she's posted before, so. Just a wild guess that it'll probably be posted there when she's complete. She's been doing a lot of painting though, so. Seems like you've got a list, Phoenix. You got a plan of your designs and what you're doing. Alvin's here! Hello, Alvin. Good evening. How was the rest of your afternoon? Did you nap at all? Did you art at all? Alright, for the next detail on the sticks, I'm just adding a light brown, so same as the beavers, just the idea that you're kind of adding a few little streaks of light brown to give it a little bit of a highlight, so I've literally just once again added a little bit of white into my brown. I'm just very loosely, with a teeny tiny brush, doing a few quick little strokes on top of my medium to dark brown, just to give my sticks a little bit of a highlight. I'll bring this forward, you can see. It was just using the tip of my brush and just doing a quick little stroke here and there. It's kind of like you're just overlapping, not doing the whole thing overlapped though, right? There you go. Cute. White mirrored one. Ooh, I didn't know that, Phoenix. So yeah, it just gives it, again, a little more texture, a little more depth by adding those highlights. 2 more details left. I'm going to keep this zoomed in because we can see the details a little bit better. We have some green leaves. If you want to just add a little bit of a different color in the painting, because we don't have any greenery, I just thought greenery would kind of spruce it up a little bit. And then we have the little tongue, of course. Mirrored like a reflection. Yeah, I assume she means like a counterpart, like my one is facing the right and she could do a left facing one, but maybe she means something else. Ooh, 10:01. Okay, let's get these last couple details out. Alright, so we're gonna mix a green together. Green is made by mixing yellow and blue, so I'm just mixing a small pile on my plate with my tiny, tiny brush here. Yellow and blue for green, or maybe you have it pre-mixed, in which case you just grab your green. And all I'm doing for leaves, you can see they're very teeny tiny. I pretty much just use my brush and I just do a quick little stroke with it, and that creates a nice leaf shape. I will bring this forward so I can show you. But I like to go on the ends of the little twigs and do this. I just kind of, you know, put my brush on the canvas, pull into the twig, release, and that's just a little leaf shape. So little strokes. You can round them a little if you want, but I find just 1 or 2 strokes does it. They're just so teeny tiny, they're so delicate. You just need a little bit of a stroke there. 1. Maybe like here. Boing, boing. Like 1 or 2 on each. Yeah, you can fill it up as much or as little as you like. I just think it adds a cute little detail on them. You don't even need a twig if you want to just put them off of like the end of a little stick there. That's totally fine as well. Yeah, you can see it just kind of pretties up the stick a little bit more. Elvin, I did not nap. I was a sad potato on the couch with a box of tissues. Oh, Elvin. And a chocolate for a bit. Then I painted a bookmark and did dinner for my boyfriend's birthday. Oh, I didn't realize it was his birthday. Happy birthday. Oh no, I wish I remember his username. I know he's popped in here before. Either way, happy birthday to your boyfriend. I hope it was a good day for him and for you. I know you said sad potato, but hopefully you got a little better. We all have our sad potato moments, you know. And you painted your bookmark. That's really good. So you did do a little bit of art. I hope that made you feel a little bit better too. At the very least, distracting for a little bit. Facing opposite. Yeah. I kind of pictured it like pairing with it. So you're kind of either looking at each other or opposite ways. Phoenix, there you go. Exactly, Erin. Cool. Oh, Julia, you're done? Ooh. All right, I've got one more detail for everyone else here. I've got the little tongue to do. Again, totally optional. If you're not into the tongue, that's okay. I just think it's a really cute detail. I made the one going phlegm. So if you want to do the little teeny tiny tongue poking out, it's just a nice light pink, and then we do a tiny dark pink little line there. So I'm just using the teeny tiny brush as usual and mixing red and white. That's going to give you a nice light pink. If you use lots of white with just a little bit of red, it'll give you a nice light pink. I'll let him know. He's currently playing a video game. Cool. He said thank you. Great. Isn't that cool? He's only popped in once, right, on Twitch. I just feel bad. I want to remember who he was. I remember you pointed him out. I feel like I could get it if I really concentrate, but can't remember every time. It wasn't jelly, it was like... Anyway, it's okay. Sounds like he's treating himself on his birthday. That's good. Alright, so just a little bit of that light pink, and I'm just essentially creating, again, a tongue shape. So it just kind of curves out and back in. It's very, very small. It just goes kind of right on top of the stick. I think it's a playful little addition. And then, like I said, you can use a darker pink just to do the little kind of indent or line in the tongue. So just use a little bit extra red, mix it into your light pink. Liam Lollipop! Oh man, what did I say? I was saying jelly. And I feel like I was on the right track with like candy stuff. That's my stretch. There we are. Okay, I'll remember now. Thank you, Alvin. I said a candy. That's close, right? Jelly. I was thinking like jelly bean. I was like, that's wrong. Alright, so I've got a kind of darker pink now, and I'm literally just doing a quick little line right in the middle of the tongue. Yep, the little indent just to show that there, a nice little teeny detail. And that's all. Now he's going phlegm. Cute. Here we go. I'm gonna zoom out on my original so you can see again. There we go. So yeah, main difference I'm seeing, maybe mine's a little bit darker. It might honestly just be the lighting too. I usually take the photos of my paintings in pretty good lighting. Although we can compare with real time here, real painting. Hold on. I bet it is a little lighter. Yep. My turquoise is a little more turquoise. I guess my beavers turned out a little bit lighter in general. So just in case you're looking for the differences, there they are. But otherwise, pretty much the same. Just some different colorings. Hard to get them exact, you know, I try my best, but yeah. Looks like this is almost more golden tone too in general, so yeah. Everyone's paintings will be just a little bit different. This is me like painting a week in between each other and they're still very, very different. So if yours is different, that's okay too. That's the whole point. Still have to get him to paint one of these. Ooh, yeah. Maybe he'll find a painting of mine that he likes and he can join in on it or do one of the YouTube videos or something. That would be so fun, Elvin. Oh my, says Portia. I love mine. I'm so glad, Julia. Yay! So that's the final step, everybody. If you'd like, if you're all done, I'd recommend, I know some of you are done, I'd recommend signing your painting as always. Do a little quick signature. I'll go maybe in the bottom corner as usual. Maybe Erin Bun. There we go. That finishes it off. Personalizes it a bit. Let me see. So, just as a few little quick little closing announcements before we all go away here. Just thanks everyone for coming. I always say it, but honestly, genuinely, thank you for coming. I'll keep saying it. You just being here and viewing me helps me a lot on Twitch. So thank you very much for being here. Again, we had a nice big group of like 70, 80 here and there. Really helps with people discovering me on Twitch. being able to find more supporters. So thank you very much for being here. That goes for at all times too. If you ever want to watch me when I'm streaming during the week, it's very, very helpful and a free thing to do. So thank you. And I just obviously hope you enjoy watching me too. So thanks very much. If anyone has any photos they'd like to post, I'm just going to put some links in the chat right now. So I always recommend Facebook as the first spot to try. I find a lot of people use Facebook to post their photos. I'm just going to go over there now, and I'm going to open up the event page. Let me see. erinbunpaints. Yeah, it's going to be locked for admin only just to prevent spam, but I'm unlocking it now. So if you go back to the event page for today, the little beaver painting, you can post your painting photos there. I'd love to see them, and I know everyone else loves to see them too, so if you're comfortable sharing, go for it. Next. Event settings, admin only. There we are. Cool. Excellent. Cool. All right, so yeah, there. Instagram is great. Discord is great as well. We have an art share channel for you to share all your art in, so feel free to share your photos there. Twitter is fine as well. If you're looking for another tutorial, again, I'll be doing that next Friday. Same place, same time, 8 p.m. EST. I'll be online by 7:30. Where is that one? There it is. A little more of a unique design. Lord of the Rings inspired. I'll just say it. Thank you. Thanks to the two. Thank you very much. Anonymous donated $1. Thank you very much. I'll get to tips in a second. Thank you, Anonymous, so much. Yeah, next week is a nice Lord of the Rings inspired painting. This is kind of a view from inside a little hobbit home. We all watched Lord of the Rings as a community recently. So yeah, that's the idea there. I'll be next Friday at 8 p.m. And yes, thank you again, Anonymous, for donating $1. If anyone would like to contribute financially to me, it's always very, very appreciated. I've been doing these free tutorials for a long time now, pretty much since the pandemic started. Yeah, and I am trying to support myself during this time. I don't have another job. I just do these tutorials. I do painting online for free all the time, so anything is appreciated. Thank you so much to those who do that. You can e-transfer me. I know fellow Canadians might like that option. It's free, erinbunpaints@gmail.com. I have a PayPal set up for anybody outside of Canada and within Canada. And then what you saw Anonymous do there was they used the Streamlabs link. That's the last link in the little tips thing that I just put into the chat there. Streamlabs.com/erinbunpaints/tip. Hambina, thank you so much. I'm going to switch to here. Thank you. I'll talk about that in a second too. Yeah, Streamlabs link will allow you to make a donation live right now, so I can thank you personally. If you want to tip anonymously, that's fine. I'll just say thank you, Anonymous. If you want to put your name so I can shout you out, I'd love to do that. And you can put a little message. This person said, thanks to the toot, love the green hair. Thanks so much. It's teal, but thank you. I still appreciate you. And then Hambina has gifted some subscriptions. That helps me financially as well. I just saw Hambina put some information about subscriptions in the chat there. If you want to subscribe, it's like a monthly fee essentially that you pay to Amazon, but I get a portion of it, so it helps me directly. It gives you some benefits by subscribing. You get ad-free viewing, you get access to our cute little bun emotes, just some different fun community rewards and things. So if you want to subscribe, that's a nice way to support me. You can subscribe for 1 month, you can subscribe automatically, monthly, kind of rolling along, whatever you like. Or you can subscribe with Prime for free. I know we've talked about that a lot, but again, if you have Amazon Prime, you have 1 free monthly subscription every single month to use on anybody on Twitch. If you want to use it on me, then thank you. And I can help you with setting that up if you want. And then Hambina went the extra mile and gifted subscriptions. For those wondering what just happened there, Hambina loves what I do here, and so Hambina sometimes gifts, all the time, gifts subscriptions, which means Hambina's already subscribed, and Hambina says, I want to give the gift of subscriptions to other people to enjoy Erin's content. Hambina just gifted 5 subscriptions to 5 random people in chat. Oh, that's Ash. Ash, you got subscribed if you're here. Cindy, Lil Wolf, Julia, and Todd. Todd is resubscribed. There we go. Excellent. So you're all buns again. You've all subscribed. So it's essentially they're helping me on Hambina's behalf. So thank you, Hambina, for the 5 gifted subs. Wow. Losing my words. Lots of ways to support me. And again, another way for free is literally just being here. So thank you again for those continuing to tune in live. It means the world, and it really, truly does help me grow at no cost to you. If you ever want to throw me on as you're working from home or having just a little bit of a slow day, I can be your company. Hopefully I inspire you to do some art too, but just know you are helping me by quite literally having me up on your browser screen or phone or whatever you use. So thank you so much for those continuing to do that. I'm gonna catch up on chat now if anyone needs to go. Hopefully I see you next week or maybe during the week, because I'll be online on Twitch tomorrow, probably. Well, Monday I know I will be, Wednesday, Friday again, so maybe I'll see you one of those times too. But otherwise, hopefully just another time. Thank you for coming and hope you have a good evening if you're ready to go.